Hello and welcome to another Tuesday night. This is the Station Hotel Talking Parra live show. I'm having difficulty uploading Instagram. I don't know what's going on there, but it's doing my head in. Thanks to our sponsors, first of all, Beach Jerky, Next Gen Nutrition, Bay Vista, Spot On Hose and Fittings, Vital Concrete Placement. New sponsor, haven't announced that one yet. JD's Buyers Agents, Ex-Advisory, Parra Leagues, Archibald Racing, Time for a Chat, Crown Property Finance, Oxen, Wingboy, Non-Stop Landscape, CMS Trophies, Eurowork, another new sponsor, Farage Defence Lawyers, Station Hotel Parramatta, and Riverside Brewing Co. That took a bit to get through. We'll bring everyone in. First of all, boys, Stewing, Hayden, mate, how are you going today?
Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, it was nice to see my face on the Eels page today, but unfortunately, the wrong photo there was picked.
That's not all we saw.
Yeah, I know. There was a bit of...
I think it was the perfect photo to be shown. You look fantastic.
Well, we haven't seen anyone else in that fantastic outfit besides Adam, so I think we all need to be in it.
You beat me to it because we weren't going to go this later and you couldn't help yourself. You've had to go there. So, look, let's just get straight to it because you put out this video back 5 months ago saying the Talking Parra blacklisted and Parramatta won't feature anything, and it was just a really long 11-minute 47 whinge. And if anyone watched that whole 11 minutes 47, they did really well. Now, it would be really funny if Parramatta just sat back for 5 months and said, let's not feature him anything for 5 months. We've got this really good photo. Let's wait for members' appreciation round. All right, let's put up a photo of him. All right, there he is. Let's zoom in on him a little bit. And there you go. How good would that be? They patiently waited for 5 minutes, 5 months to put that photo up. So they dress it. Like, mate, why were you in that dress again?
I was in that dress because I was getting behind the Bulldogs as they were going to eliminate Penrith, and they were singing, I think it was the Justice Crew. Your mate from Justice Crew was singing the Doggies Are We Ready, Ready, or something like that. No merchandise was worn. There are a lot of rumours. Even Jonathan's thank you video for my final vlog said you were wearing Bulldogs merchandise, and that was not the case. But yeah, obviously that happened, and I think at the time of that photo that was taken by the photographer, I was probably bopping to some DJ K time. It really looks like I'm getting into a bit of a dance there.
You're doing something. I reckon you've got fun here this year, Hayden. Like, it's taken a long time. We've been doing this podcast like on and off, and we've taken it serious. It's been 6 years in now, and you've finally found your humour. You're actually a funny man now. Like, what do you put it down to?
He's retired.
Well, I think I put it down to getting the hairs on the chest. You wanted to see it for a few years, but you can see him sprouting out here. So I think the maturity is growing up to some comedy. That's a good one, eh?
It's a good one, eh? It's a good one. Troy, mate, what's doing?
Oh, not much. Just waiting for this game on Sunday, and really looking forward to Sunday. It's going to be a great day. A lot of festivities happening, and just looking forward to the final home game of the year.
Yeah, that's a fair shout. Jack, mate, you're travelling down this week. Parramatta versus Cronulla. Mate, you coming down by yourself, are you?
Yeah, mate. Invited the brother, but he was well aware that the Sharks are get fucking belted this weekend, so I decided to give it a miss. So I'm doing a little solo trip. So if anyone in Parramatta wants to hang out for a bit, you know what to find.
You're going to regret saying that.
We can organise something. Has to stay PG, and I have to consent to it. But I'm reasonably open to all offers.
Scott, Andy, are you there?
Look,
I said I have to say yes.
we're going to go to this now because once again, we're just jumping ahead now. We're going to have a bit of fun night. 3 podcasts to go. Let's get a bit of humour. So, a content creation. Wow, a competition is coming in the next couple of days. As Jack just said, he's flying down Saturday.
Yes.
Saturday. So you got Saturday night free. No plans.
Not yet, mate.
We could change that for you.
A few mistakes ago, I was in your sights. You got me alone. You found me. You found me. You found.
Who doesn't love a bit of T-Swizzle as well, eh? So look, Saturday night, if you are available, if anyone out there or anyone wants to date Jack on Saturday night, Talking Parra will shout for the dinner. All right. So obviously, where you staying in Parra?
Yep, staying. Actually, I'm not going to say the place I am staying at, but yes, I'm staying at Parramatta. We'll leave it at that.
Stalkers are real. So look, we'll advertise that next couple of days. So if anyone wants to, obviously go on a date with Jack, Talking Parra's expense, it'll be pretty good. So let's we could shit talk all night. We'll get back to a bit of that later. Let's get to the game. There you go, Scott Mangold. He shared for the opportunity to date you on Saturday night.
He's up for it.
Do I get a choice, or is it just like fucking luck of the draw?
I get to pick. Can you send me through your 5 sexiest photos, please, as well? So,
I need to send you some more Parramatta photos. I'm sick of seeing that fucking one.
It's the same one. I went through your whole profile. I found the best one of you laying there, like shirtless, like this, with what's it called when you're on your cruise. But there was no manscaping happened on that chest hair, so I didn't upload that one for all our sake. So, Manscaped, if you're watching, reach out, please. All right. So it was a game. It feels like a while ago. It was Friday night. Obviously, we did our black and white theme too for mental health awareness. That was pretty popular. I know people really enjoyed that. So always had a great, raising awareness for mental health and obviously partner up with Talk to Bro quite a bit as well. So great to be able to do that. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to change every single bit of content that we do across to black and white, but we got there anyway. So 34-16 loss to the Dolphins. Look, this game kind of went how I thought it would go. I feel like a bit of an footy expert on Saturday night, Friday night. I'm not going to keep those comments because that's going to keep going all night now. So I said we'd be in the game pretty early. We'd hold them, and then all of a sudden, with too much to play for, the Dolphins would get away from us. It's kind of how it went, but I think our errors cost us as well. We dropped way too much ball. We completed so well for ages, and then, that's it. 60. Yeah, we haven't got 60 good minutes in us. Don't worry. This is a 75-minute podcast usually. And it's about 60 minutes of waffle. So, kind of how I thought the game would go. Your thoughts on the game? I'll start with you, Hayden, mate, because you've been on fire tonight.
Yeah, obviously a bit frustrating. I thought it was going to be a bit closer and a bit more heart shown. You can't fault the boys' early effort, but as we said, 60 minutes is just not good enough. Look, the Dolphins, they've got attacking weapons across the park, but there wasn't really anything that was just a standout. I guess we'll probably get to the moment of the match, but I guess for me, probably Josiah Funa making his NRL debut. He's fantastic, but there's not much else that was quite memorable from the game for the Eels besides that.
Yeah, I actually didn't do a moment of the week because, you nailed it. I'll go my moment of the week before I go to Troy, but that was Will Penasini's ball. I thought it was a fucking great pass. Once again, I thought Will's been playing really well. We'll get to that a little bit later with the awards, but defensively, a couple of things wrong, but didn't they all? Sorry, not we. I didn't play. Troy, hi, how are you? And your performance?
Yeah, hi, how are you? I'm not too bad. Look, it was very disappointing. I mean, obviously, the start was great. It was fantastic. That's what I always said they needed to do, was start well, but they did do that. Will Penasini, that ball to Brian Kelly, sensational. The try to Ronnie Volkman, dead set good. But then, the Dolphins, they have been starting slow lately, but then they got their attacking weapons, Herbie Farnworth, Jack Bostock, no try to Asako. It was pretty disappointing. I felt when Junior went off, when Junior and the starting front rows went off and the replacements come on, we sort of lost a little bit. So I don't know what's going on there, but disappointing. But at least it wasn't 50-point thrubbing.
Oh, yeah, we're in the fight. As my good friend BA would say. Speaking of slow starts, Jack, mate, what was your thoughts on the game? You were there on Friday night.
I didn't get a chance to duck into Lord Alfred to say hello to everyone. Full-time job and all, didn't really have time. But caught up with a few at halftime. Big topic was Sarko's fantastic try that he scored. But it kind of went, as the back of my head thought the game would go. I pinpointed when Herbie was going to score off that scrum play, which didn't really work because I was in a war of words with a 10-year-old kid behind me, and he won because the Dolphins won.
He probably would have beat you in a fight as well. Let's be honest.
Mate, I would have flattened the kid. It's all good. One punch gone. But it's always good to have.
Wait, you're really selling yourself for this date on Saturday night. I was going to say later, look down the camera and sell yourself. Oh, yeah, I'd like to knock out 10-year-old kids, one punch.
That's right. That's how it has to be. But it was always good to catch up with Parra fans in Queensland. Not many around. If there's any on the sunny coast that want to hang out, love to go from there. So it's not just twice a year I see him in Brizzy. But that was probably the highlight because the game was kind of poo after 20 minutes.
There we go. That's a shout out. If anyone lives on the Sunshine Coast and wants to be friends with Jack, we'll get to this. We'll go to it now because it's members appreciation around. We know that. So, and obviously the club's put this thing out for winning a signed jersey if you want to bring your signs to the game this week. I don't know where they got that idea from. It's a fucking cracker idea though. Really good idea. So we've got everyone's signs. And Jack, mate, you're obviously feeling a bit sad tonight because this was your sign you sent to us earlier. So it's obviously all us boys playing with each other, and you're just sitting there all sad because you're not going to be there. But you're going to be here on the weekend, so that's a sign that Jack's getting made up this week. Troy, mate, I made your sign for you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
As always, next year, Troy aged 40. Looks pretty accurate there. Hayden, you made your own. Bit of a self-promotion, famous plug. Entertain house vlogs gone but not forgotten. Guys, have you forgotten about his vlogs already? Or
We've been the departing players this week.
Did Hayden do vlogs?
Yeah, he did that one really good one at Townsville back in 2022. Look, my brother was meant to be here tonight. I don't know where he is. So
He's still setting up his computer.
He's already said.
No, I just what he always fucking says when he's late.
Yeah. So this is his 2 fucking hours. I travelled and 2 hours home after his massive whinge fest to overrated Vic earlier in the year. And then we've gone, even Jez in the background, he got one. He's going to take this sign. Long-time fan, Jeremy. Photo I found of him from back in, I think, 2013 or 2012 with one Luke Burt there. So he can't really deny it now. Like, it's all coming around, isn't it? Like, he's definitely a Parramatta fan. That's him in the Parramatta sheds at Newcastle. And I'm assuming that's a white Parramatta training shirt or something underneath, of course. And I did one for Lucas. Lucas is going to take this one. There you go. Yeah, I just want to clarify that you made my dad's life hell is because we lose all the time. I just want to clarify that. So that's why he's making that sign. And of course, my sign is these signs are corny. So there you go. That's pretty much it. So if you're going to make a sign, send us through what you're going to make and we'll publicise it for you because we want to see some funny ones out there because it was our Adam sign. No comment.
No comment.
There you go. So what a fun time. Let's get back to the game from Friday night. Our talking Parra player of the match was Will Penasini. And it was 13 runs, 162 run meters, 18 tackles, 1 try assist and 2 offloads. Great performance by him. Also took out the fan-voted player of the match. It's great when the fans are close there and agree. Going through the non-stop landscapes, top performers, Twiddle, a lot of runs, a lot of involvement, a lot of run meters. Penasini there as well. Fox, Kelly, no surprise. Their top tackles, De Silva, 49 tackles. Edwards, 44 as well. Well, Edwards is once again really good. I really want to see him starting at lock. I know he's not, but I'm still going to say that. He took out our defender of the week, which was, 45 tackles, 51 minutes. That's a huge effort there. So, and our talking Parra player of the year was Will Penasini with 3 points, Vulcan with 2, Williams with 1. Goes through our leaderboard here, and they all just keep taking points off each other. Like, Williams and Ronald Volkman are very close to being able to take the lead off Josh Probably, who's held it for a very long time. Hasn't played first grade for quite a while. And he's on 14 points. Williams is 13, Volkman's 13. Ongi's obviously out for the season. Sam Rani as well, out injured again this week. So I think it's going to be either Williams or Volkman takes that out, the player of the year. Of course, last year was taken out by Josh Haddo-Carr, I believe. So pretty much it. Anything you want to add from the game, Jack?
Oh, we went all right. I saw an interesting post someone made that Twiddle's in the same build as Scott Drinkwater, and you kind of saw it. He has his moments of brilliance, and then there was a couple of balls over the sideline. Thank you, Mitchell. And then the last one that led to Herbie's runaway try. No real discussion point on my end. I thought I'd bring it up because I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, look, with Twiddle, like I said, people got to remember it's only his third first grade game as well, and obviously his second at fullback. Had the thing on the wing before where he played 21 minutes and 2 tries. I like Twiddle. I like his attitude. I think he's got some brilliance, but for me, I've always kind of seen him as more of a first grade winger. I think putting him in New South Wales Cup, he'd be that fullback, 5'8", whatever you want him to be. But I think in the NRL, he's going to be more of a winger. Obviously, it's not an issue. He's leaving. He's going to the Perth Bears, where I know he obviously wants to play fullback, but this is how I see it. I'm pretty honest when it comes to that kind of things. And Megan's right. I really think we miss Semrani as well. Troy, mate, anything you want to add from that?
No, well, as Guy said, there's a big loss of Sam Roney pre-game. It was a bit of a sort of how you going at the start of the game with players mixing and starting and not starting. Just love what Jason Roll said in the press conference about Asako's try, about more technology in the to put a man on the moon than in the bunker or something like that. I don't know. I'll probably mix that up, but well done for him to say that. And then he said, I'm not going to go on and say anything about it, but he obviously did. But yeah, that was probably about it, to be honest.
I still don't think we can blame referees. It was a wrong call, and it was at a pivotal time of the game, but I don't think it changes the game.
It didn't change the result.
Even with that, I thought live, because I was pretty much on the line when the Cobbo try was disallowed for the forward pass, and live that looked like a line ball. I thought that was more of a try than the Sarko one. It also did throw me. I didn't read that Sam Rowney was out, so I saw the final team list with Twiddle. I think Twiddle was dropped, and then the boys ran out and Twiddle went to fullback, and I had to ask a bunch of people what was going on.
Yeah, I don't obviously I got Sean Russell coming into that team, but I never got Sean Russell playing fullback to start with. I know they're both leaving, but we'll get to that a little bit later anyway. Nothing else to add from Friday night's game. Moved to the ladies' game on Sunday afternoon, and it was a dominant performance, 42-16. They really kicked in the gear, the ladies there, out there at Shark Park, 6:15 on Sunday. Look, it just seemed to be a team, I guess, playing with no pressure as well, where they're throwing the ball around, some really good individual performances. I say individual performance, good team performance, but individual efforts and freakish plays is what won that game. Once again, Abby Church was amazing. Rory Owen, an absolute star. I'll give the coach, Steve Georgalis, a really good rap as well. He's shown when your job's on the line and the pressure's on you, don't be afraid to make the big calls, because he's made some big calls. He's dropped some people that have been in that team for quite a while that probably wasn't going to be popular with, and he switched some things around. He's put all the players on notice, and it's working. They're getting results. Troy, I know you would watch the game. Your thoughts?
Yeah, well, it was a comprehensive performance from the Eels. It shows you what confidence of winning can do for you. Tanika Toddhunter as well, the hooker, has come in. As you said, the coach has made a few changes. She's come in, and usually that's been Ruben Charrington in that spot. She's on the bench this week, Ruben. But Tanika Toddhunter, she saw some opportunities down the short sides as well a few times. Brilliant play there. Rachel Pearson's goal kicking as well was on song, and from all parts of the field as well. Zali Faye got a couple of tries, but yeah, that Rory Owen try, that first try, that was unbelievable. That's what a strike centre is. Yeah, she'll be hopefully in Parramatta for a long time to come.
Yeah, as Joel just said.
I hope not, Joel. Come on,
all the Broncos. And the ladies do play Brisbane this week. I know Brisbane have lost a couple of games, sitting in 5th place. Look, mathematically, the ladies still can play finals football. They'd obviously need a lot of results. I actually haven't looked who the Warriors play if they play someone obviously around them. They're sitting in 6th place, but it's a long shot, obviously, but they seem to have found their balance at the end of the year. So, look, they play doubleheader this week. They play Brisbane on Sunday at Parramatta at CommBank Stadium. Teams pretty much not changed. Extended benches obviously changed around a little bit there, but starting teams remain the same. Once again, a tough ask. Brisbane will be very desperate, but they keep throwing the ball around. You never know, they could beat them. Like Canberra beat Brisbane, I think, when they weren't expected to as well. So Look, we'll get to a lot of news. There's not a lot else to talk about from the weekend's games. I think, Friday games, by the time Tuesday comes around, we're all pretty much done talking about it. So we'll get to some of the news. First of all, I'll touch on this one before I get to some big news. Last chance to get your Vegas orders in. We've taken a heap of orders for these. It's been nuts in the last 12 hours, actually. Really nuts since I put up that last thing. So if you want to get one, message to $100, include your postage. I said we're not in this to make money. We're just trying to get as many of these out as can. They look awesome, and Oxford have done a wonderful job there. So should arrive October, November, maybe a little bit earlier. So send me a message if you want to get one. Look, big news, and everyone's talking about it. Everyone's asking the questions now. Joash Papali'i, it's come out on Saturday, I believe it was, that he's free to leave. Now, I know Joel's asked some pretty hard questions, and I'm going to ask some pretty hard questions as well. The reason he was put down to leave was because the club wanted to keep Ronald Volkman. Right, they wanted to keep Ronald Volkman, and they wanted to move on Joash Papali'i. Now, I want to highlight straight away, there's nothing against Volkman. I'm happy if Parramatta keep Volkman. I thought we probably should have kept him from the start. I've still got question marks over him being an NRL standard defender, but he's not the only one I've got that over this year as well. I think a lot of that comes down to his shoulder, but his attack's been amazing. Saying that we're going to get rid of a player to keep a player that plays a different position. Yes, Joash was floated around at 5'8" earlier in the year, but he's been back in New South Wales Cup playing fullback. We're moving on a player to not have a fullback anymore. Now, there's a lot of rumours circulating around. There's a lot of things being said, some that I've been dragged into as well. I'm not going to go into it, but does it make sense to you, Jack, that we're letting go of, even if he is just our backup fullback, someone like Joash?
Well, the only reason I can think as to why they do it is Parramatta have their heart set on Joash being a 6. And they've gone, not Volkman's the backup 6, not Joash. But that doesn't make any sense considering he's been our backup fullback pretty much all year. And he's been New South Wales Cup fullback all year. So, that doesn't add up. I saw things floated around, don't know if they're true or not, if they were said, that they didn't have money in the cap for both, which is ridiculous because we've got 3 players signed for next year.
I don't think anyone's buying that shit. We've got 23 spots, and you'd have to say 7 spots available, and you'd have to think we'd have $3 million.
Got more money than PNG.
Yeah, unless Joash is asking for Moe money, then maybe. But you know what? Fuck it. I'd give Joash Moe money. I don't want to see him leave, even if he sits in Cup and plays a handful of games where only he's injured. Just the culture that he brings and the obvious love he has for the club is something that we don't really see all that much with our players at the moment.
Yeah, that's what hurts the most is, someone that generally does want to play for that jersey. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, there's a lot of players out there that don't seem like they want to play for that jersey anymore. And some of the good young kids coming through want to, and to lose someone like that, that's what hurts the most out of this one here. Looking at Volkman, Troy, Lorenzo's been touted for a very long time as our backup 5'8", as our next big thing 5'8". We're signing Luai on a 1-year deal, as we know. Is there an element that they move Volkman to fullback potentially as well?
I don't think so. I think he's a halves player. I think he has played fullback before in lower grades at other clubs, but I can't see him playing that at Parramatta. But I'd definitely keep both of them, and if Joash is happy to play New South Wales Cup and eventually force his way into first grade, then I can't see a problem with keeping them both.
Yeah, yep. Hayden, mate, thoughts?
Yeah, it's very frustrating what Jack said there about the passion that he brings to the club and the energy in relation to seeing as fans that there's players that really care about that jersey. There's performances on the field, but there's also love for the game and love for the club, and that's something that he brings. And, we've seen him come up with results in big games, going up to Brisbane last year when the Bronco, last year's Premier's underdogs, he was involved in that game. There's been a few of those games, the Cowboys this year. There's been some big moments. So people saying that he can't step up and he's a reserve grader, I think they're blind to me. And look, unpopular opinion here, but Ronald Volkman's had a great year, but I would take Joash Papali'i in a heartbeat over Ronald Volkman. As you said, there's slightly defensive issues. we also don't have the greatest team around us. You know, Ronald Volkman is probably a standout in what's considered a bad team. So as much as I like Ronald, I think this is definitely the wrong decision. And the no space in the cap, just I can't believe this because we've released so many players this year. Ryan Madison, Sean Russell, Apatwaddle. There's just so many gone that you'd have to think that Joash should have been a priority early on.
This is an interesting one too. I thought this as well because Lincoln, I saw him do it when he played for school. So potential he goes to fullback. I've heard for a while they're looking to change his position. There was even touted he was going to turn into a centre for a while. So could see him at fullback. Might be the option they go with, which would be Volkman and Lorenzo in the halves and cupping him at fullback. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, there's something a bit more to this, and I guess it'll all come out. Someone said in the comments there, they need to be more transparent with their fans. And, mate, we've been saying that for 3 years. You know, when we sat down with the club in the meeting back in May 2024, that's the first thing I said. And I felt like it got better for quite a while. But it also seems that certain things get leaked to the media when they want them to get out. So, you know, like this one here, and I don't think anyone was buying that rubbish. So, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Did you just pause to take a second to read the comment?
Yeah.
I did because
Yeah.
this is a guy that seemed to celebrate when Joash was first announced it was going and seemed to know before anyone else as well. So make of that what you will. All right, let's get on from that. We do have a new sponsor as well, as I announced earlier. Thanks to Farage Defence Lawyers for coming on board for the rest of the season and next year. Massive Parramatta fans, so make sure you head across and give them a follow. And sponsors coming out of our arsehole, left, right, and centre. You can see them all across the top and the bottom. So growth is good, and new sponsors is great. So thanks everyone for continuing to support us. It's how we do the great things we do, like our Kick Your Way to Vegas competition that is happening on Sunday. Look, I'm going to make an announcement. I sent it out to some people on the weekend. Obviously, we've got about 40 or 50 people kicking and coming on. I'm going to do this live on air. I haven't posted it anywhere yet. Okay, so if you're kicking in the kicking, this goes for you guys too, because you're just kicking for people. So bring your money as well.
Am I?
No, you're ball boy. You're chief. Your job is to look after Lucas and make sure Lucas doesn't try and stop people's goals. So what we're doing is, if you miss your kick from the 10, you can buy back in once for $10. Okay, now $10 goes into a bucket, and we're not keeping that money. It's not going to Jack's Date Services. That money will go straight to the Wentworthville United Junior Rugby League Football Club, who have been kind enough to give us the venue on Sunday. So if you missed from the 20, it's a $20 buy-in. You can buy back in. That's only a one-off. So bring a $10 note and a $20 note in case you shank one. It'd be pretty embarrassing to shank one from the 10, wouldn't it, Jack?
If I just give you $100, can I just jump back in whenever I need to?
No, that's the next announcement though. We've obviously we've done some really cool things and we're very happy with how we've done this. We've drawn some names out and stuff. But I guess one thing this year's taught me is, we are the ones that value the fans. We are the ones that care the most about the fans and want to do stuff. The amount of people that have reached out to me and said, I'd love to be in Vegas, but I can't get there and all this kind of stuff. I wanted to give a bit more. So I'm going to allow people to come. If you're going to come and watch and you want to have a kick, right? I'll put it this way. You've got to get there right at 11 o'clock. $30 buy-in. $30 once again goes into the bucket for the Wentworthville United Junior Rugby League Club. Football Club, I think it is. Junior Rugby Football Club, that's right. $30 in a bucket. You get one kick from the 30. And if you get that kick, you buy into the competition. You think that's fair? It's adding a few extra people. I did put in the terms and conditions. We can add what we want. But we want to get as many people there as possible. And we want to try and, give someone, I guess, the chance to get to Vegas that probably wouldn't be able to get there if it wasn't for that. So great to do. So turn up on Sunday, bring your $30, bring your $30 if you're already kicking. Actually, I'd probably bring $60 if you're planning on buying in case you shank another one.
I've got $300. I'll just change them to 5s and 10s and just pass them down every time I miss.
Yeah, 100%. 30-meter kick out in front, though. So if you miss it, you don't get a chance to kick. So, like I said, going to a good cause. Second rowers. There's obviously these two are floating around for 2028, available to talk to November 1st. And I called some people out because I love that as soon as you post about a player coming, everyone goes, oh, we don't need them. No, they're rubbish. We don't need them. They're crap. I just don't get it. I'd have Jacob Preston in a heartbeat. I think everyone would. Liam Martin.
4
He's
years.
re-signed, has he?
Yeah, 4
When
years.
tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it got
So
posted
right
like
up
20 minutes
360.
before this started.
Well, fuck, I won't have Jacob Preston then.
Did you not see it? It said PNG, Preston not going. I was actually like, damn, that's kind of cool. I like that.
That's actually they've done that pretty well, actually. Well, look, I wouldn't have Liam Martin. I think he'll be way too old by the time. Okay, yeah, we got it, guys. Yeah, someone else tell me Preston re-signed. All right, there we go.
Hey,
Yeah.
Adam. Preston resigned, mate.
Okay, cool.
They
All
did
right.
what
Yes.
If anyone else wants to go on a date Saturday night, we'll have Date You segment. So it won't be Jack's chance to stay Sunshine Coast, mate. See if you can find a date in the Sunshine Coast. Maybe that'll
Mate,
work
I've been
for you.
trying it for 20 years now. Hasn't really worked.
Started dating at 7. How old are you?
26.
26. Yeah, started dating at 6. There you go. Yeah, all right. I think one more person. Yeah, has. Yeah, I didn't know Preston's re-signed, guys. In case, yeah. All right, let's get on with it. Second row is: would you take Liam Martin? I guess now Troy is the question.
Well, I would, but yeah, he held talks with the Panthers today apparently, and he's more than likely going to stay there. And no contract talks until the end of the year. But yeah, look, he can get angry on the field and can score some tries. Origin player, premiership winner. He'd probably be asking too much, I reckon.
Yeah, Hayden.
He's worth it, but he's probably asking too much.
Is he though?
Well,
Like, I understand the premise, but like, I feel like you could take Martin out and pop in another back row and Penrith still win a bunch of comps.
That's a fair
it's an
shout.
interesting one.
And the other thing I want to say too is that by the time he comes, like we've seen what he's done to his body. We've seen what he did to poor Jermaine Hopgood. He's been battering that body around his whole career. Like we could end up with another Anthony Watmouse situation where his body's that banged up by the time he gets here, he can't do anything for us. I'm going to add another spanner in the works. Hudson Young also looks likely to be leaving Canberra. Hayden's nodded his little head off. Would you have Hudson Young at Parramatta or Liam Martin, one of them?
Hudson Young, yes. This is one that has floated around for a while with PNG, obviously. If we throw the right offer at Hudson Young, I believe we can get him. I do like if our back rowers are Jack Williams and Jaden Sewer next year. You know, I still think that's an elite back row combination. But, yeah, chuck Hudson Young in there. And, again, he's not aging too much compared to Liam Martin's career. Definitely getting towards that end where Parramatta do like to sign old players. But, yeah, I would have Hudson Young for sure at a big deal.
Yeah, I'd take him, Jack.
Yeah, I agree. I'd take Hudson Young in a heartbeat. My only issue is pretty sure Canberra are offering him over $1 million. And are we going to come to the party and pay over $1 million for a guy who's coming off an Achilles injury? Doesn't sound like a very Parramatta thing to do. We'd offer him
It's going to change.
a Zinger box, a Pepsi Max, and a pepper mayo slider on the side. The signing bonus.
That sounds pretty good, actually. I think we realise we have to now. I think we know we have to. I just don't know if I want to spend over $1 million on a second row. I really hope
I wouldn't spend over $1 million for a back rower, with the fact that we've got two pretty solid back rowers coming in next year. We've got Kit Kat, and then Josiah's a good edge. So, like, I think back row got reasonable depth.
I think if Jack Williams goes to PNG, that Hudson Young doesn't go there, though. So I guess the benefit of Hudson going to PNG is we probably keep Jack Williams.
Well, would you guys rather re-sign Jack Williams or sign Hudson Young if it came down to it?
That's a very hard question. I will say that, like, everyone's been really impressed with Jack Williams this year. I think we all kind of tout that.
Even last year as well.
Yeah, last year, obviously, he won the Ken Thornett. But, like, this year, I think he's gone to another level. What he's shown for me this year that he didn't show, not that he didn't show last year, but it's really stood out this year. I don't know if it's been due to the fact of obviously Mitch missing games, and you can see his frustration on the field. And, you know, obviously that's been highlighted as well. Is Jack's leadership skills. You know, he's really led by example, and it reminds me of Highmarsh. That's the kind of leader that Highmarsh was. That's the kind of leader that Kalis was. And I'll say it again, and it's no disrespect to Mitch, so, you know, no one cut the audio and send it to him. But I guess the big thing for me is that I never like a half being a captain, because I think halves are natural leaders, and I've said that so many times this year. like I think a half always has to lead your team around no matter what, and I think it's up to someone else to step up and take that extra role. So, Hayden, Jack asked a hard question. I know you're a big Hudson Young fan. Jack Williams or Hudson Young? You can only have one.
I'm taking Jack Williams, and it's sort of a similar reason to you that I see him in regards to, someone who's a future captain at this club, in my opinion. He's all heart. I'm really hopeful that he doesn't go over to PNG and stays with us. I think we've found someone that we're going to love for a very long time. So, I'm going Jack Williams over Hudson Young.
Yep. Troy?
Jack.
All right, answer your own question now, Jack.
I would take Jack Williams for the simple fact I want him to be captain. And if I found out we signed Hudson Young and he was our captain, I'd have some concerns. So we're going to stick with Jack Williams as our captain. And he's just a cool guy. And I like the fact that he's playing really well. And my brother hates him because he was shit at Cronulla, but good for us. That makes me really happy.
I guess the thing is, I'm going to be unpopular for saying this. But yeah, Joel's right. I think he might be leaving, Jack Williams. I like Jack. I like everything he does. I'm talking about Jack Williams. I hate you, Jack Globally.
No, you love me, mate. Don't lie.
But when it comes to Hudson Young, I think he's a player that can take our team to the next level. He has that aggression I think we're lacking. He has that willingness to go out and just want to hunt to win and do it himself. So for me, as good as Jack Williams is and as good as he's been for us and as good as he'll continue to be, and I hope he stays, I don't want him to go. If I had to pick between the two, I would say Hudson Young is a player that's going to take Parramatta closer to winning a comp because we are a long way off it at the moment. And this is the argument I had with people when I put up that post about Jacob Preston, who apparently is going to the Dogs, and Liam Martin. We were going, we don't need him. We've got good players in those roles. Like I said, we've missed 4 finals for 4 years, and you can say we've missed finals because of injuries. That's fine. But we haven't won a comp in 40 years. You can have as good a players as you want. We quite simply, the results are there. No matter what has happened in the last 40 years, we have not been good enough to win a comp. So you want to have the best possible players you can to make that happen. But yeah, I've seen that in Origin. It'd be amazing to see that. So, but let us wish. And Jack Bostock is the other one. He's going to start a whole team with Jacks.
Might be like Waterboy, like Jack throwing it to Jack.
Jack throwing the water to Jack? No. So Bostock as well. Very interesting. I love when it comes out that it's like Parramatta need a media report to, I guess, take some pressure off how poor our retention and recruitment has been. And it's like, we're interested in this player. We've been interested in a lot of players. We haven't signed them, but I'd take Bostock in a heartbeat. Troy, would you have him in the centres, which probably means if we sign him, we lose Penasini?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Bostock, Jack, is coming into his own now, isn't he? I mean, he played Origin this year. He's an aerial threat in the air, and so he's only going to get better and better. So the Dolphins are going to lose a few players, I think, out of their current roster because of the salary cap. So, and we need a strike centre. So he's got a big future in front of him. So yeah, I'd have him.
Jack?
Yeah, 100%. Like, why wouldn't you? If I'm Parramatta, the Dolphins have spent the last 4 years getting this good young team together. They can't pay them all. I'd be fucking raiding them and having meetings with everyone and just grabbing what we can get, which is probably bloody Jack Bostock's younger brother is 9. But get someone. But if we could get Jack, I'd take it 100%.
Someone said get Indy as well to the NRLW team.
What if we got Jack, Indy, and Indy's boyfriend, Tavita? Because he is a good player, the backup winger for them.
Bring the whole family.
And then I'll come down and just be emotional support for Jack, and it'll be Jack Square.
Yeah, and we're going to keep Jack DeBellin as well because to keep the team of Jack's going. And then sign, Jack Howarth as well is also a chance of going.
That's it. I'm going to be the head
coach. You can have Jack and Jack in the centres.
I'll have to start hosting the team meetings in Jack's bar. There you go.
Some Jack's Pale Ale.
And some Jack's Pale Ale. This is terrible.
Jack of Matter Eels. I like it.
Let's move on from that. Official videographer on the weekend as well. I forgot to give us a shout out. I was talking about Polaris Creatives. Go give him a follow. He does some work with some local stuff here. He does some stuff with some NRL players. Speaking of Hudson Young. And Latrell Mitchell does his golf documentary as well. He'll be filming on Sunday, so it's going to be the most professional thing we've ever done, for our kicking comp. Check out his stuff as well. I think that's pretty much it for this week's stuff. We'll get to this week's game first of all. So that's it. Members appreciation round this Sunday at Combank Stadium. 4:05 kickoff. Obviously, the ladies on before that as well. We won't get there for that with our kicking competition, unfortunately. But Seals versus the Sharks. Troy will have his sign there. Can't wait. So before we get to that, members appreciation round, mate. Hayden, what's it mean to you to be a member of the Parramatta Eels?
I mean, the community is fantastic. The Swarm and what's been built over the last 2 years is something, but the numbers that our club for years have had, 30,000 members, 28,000 members since I've been there, it's been pretty special. And you boys and the people I've met in my journey of 8 years, I was always watching as TV, young kid fan, but becoming a member's been special, and I've never looked back in the last 8 years. And even if I stopped going to games a couple times a year, I think I would still keep that membership, just like my pledge during COVID.
Yeah, fair. Troy, mate,
Hey, Adam. Sorry, I just want to cut in. What does it mean to you to be a member, mate?
Yeah, no comment is what I'll say that one. I don't feel very appreciated for members' appreciation round. We'll say that much. Troy, mate, you've been a long-time member as well. What's it mean to you to turn up every week?
Well, look, you take all the politics aside and whatever you think of the club aside, it's a little bit of ownership of the club, you could say. But as Hayden said, all the people that you meet as well at each and every game and things like that. And, it's a little bit of a community, as Hayden said. And, you catch up at all these different events and the like. So... what is the difference, Hayden?
I've
What's it like being a Bulldogs and a Gold Coast member?
I've actually never been a member of any other club, technically besides the Dolphins, but that was a giveaway competition winner from Entertain House. And they didn't even go to a game. If you're watching, mate, I bought you a 3-game membership, and I got back your results from the end of the year that you didn't attend any of the games I bought you to.
Who was that for?
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I'm actually a Parramatta fan. I didn't go to any games.
Yeah. So can we highlight this, because this is actually an interesting one. Scott Harris, hearing we're in for news at Tigers and have a done deal with a young centre. It's really interesting because one of them actually liked one of our posts last night. So it's obviously on their talking Parra. So that could make sense. There could be a bit of smoke and fire in that as well. And I think Solomon Sakuka as well, we posted about that a long time ago. He was done as a development deal, and now he's played first grade at the Tigers. So watch that space as well. He's fucking good, all right. He's killing it. So if we got him, that's a good little pickup.
Games, isn't it?
Yeah, so that was room before he debuted. So hopefully that does get announced and it comes out, because it'll be huge. Back to the important question. Look, obviously I am still a member. Unpopular people believe I'm not a member, but I am still a member. And I guess the biggest thing for me is, like Matt said, the away trips, meeting all the fans, like the stuff we've done over the years. Before Talking Parra was a thing, I've been admin of a Parramatta Eels group for like 13 years now. Troy's run one as well for quite a while. We used to organise meetups in that, away games. And it's just, like I wouldn't have it any other way. Even with people making noise in the backyard and other content creators saying to me, come support the Knights. With everything that's happened, it's probably tested my passion a little bit this year. I would still rather, not do that. Let's say that. We'll keep it that way. Jack, mate, you're not even a member. But would you be a member if we were the Parramatta Jacks?
Mate, if I didn't live on the Sunshine Coast, I would be a member. I used to be interstate. I used to be one for a few years, and I went, this is a waste of my fucking money. So I became a member of the Sunshine Coast Falcons instead, where I got to watch a bunch of cool Melbourne guys play and win, but that's where it is. But if they were the Parramatta Jacks and I was head coach with Jason Riles, and we were throwing the ball together around,
I
wasn't sitting on my
with Jason Riles. He's going to change his name to Jack Riles.
Yeah, Jack Riles.
I reckon his new name is Jack. I reckon he's Jason Jack Riles, so we just refer to him as Jack.
Yeah, I probably can Google that. It's probably not.
Don't ruin it, because you'll ruin it for everyone. Where it's like Andrew.
I don't know. There it is. Here's my team list. This week's game, as I said on Sunday, versus the Cronulla Sharks, who've been limping a little bit. Classic Sharks getting to the finals. They're starting to. So Apatwiddle remains at fullback, maybe. God knows what could change. Ross loves playing mind games with last-minute switches, doesn't he? Like, I really don't get it. It's not like we're playing for a final spot, but you do you, big man. You do what you want to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do, because you could get me big time. You're a big man. Jason Jack Rolls. Brian Kelly on the wing with Josh Adokar, Penasini and Sean Russell in the centres, Volkman and Moses in the halves, Luke Meridian Jr. in the front row, Talon at hooker, Jack Williams, number 11 there in the second row, Kit Kat, number 12, Saxon Pright finally named at 13, even though he started the last 2 weeks, Harris Edwards at 14, Ryder Talangi to debut, a good glimpse into the future there at 15, Teen Cum Brown at 16, Dylan Walker returns from a hand injury there at 17, Jack DeBellin. Every time I say Jack now, I almost fucking start laughing. Jack DeBellin at 18, Bailey Simonson at 19, Kelma Talangi 20, Jonah Peasant 21, Riley Smith 2022 is 22, not 2022. That was a great year though. Look, some things I want to say is I don't get why Sean's there over Arrows. I haven't looked at the cup team, but was Arrows injured? It doesn't make much sense to me. We know he's leaving. Appa's obviously leaving as well. So that, once again, doesn't make sense. I guess the other one there is Jack DeBellin remaining at 18. Maybe a late change, which doesn't kind of solve things, but people are saying that Fox could go to fullback and Bailey could come into the wing and return. Bailey's had the one game back. I think he deserves that if he does. And Appa drops out, but they could just put Bailey in the centre as well and drop Sean out because he is departing. Your thoughts on the team, Jack? Enough Jacks in there for you?
Well, mate, I've been told by other content creators that I look like a hooker, so I could jump in and be Jack and dummy half. But I actually don't mind it. If it's 14 through 17 on the bench and we use those 4, I actually really like the bench with the 2 young forwards, Walker and Edwards.
Cool.
Probably the best our bench has looked. I just think it's a fucking ripper and a tearer. Everything else, what are you going to do? We feel so bad for Perth that we're developing their outside backs for the rest of the year. So aren't we nice? But, like, the Sharks suck. So we're going to win by 50 anyway. It doesn't matter. Chuck us in and we'll win by 50.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, 100%. When people said you're a hooker, they didn't mean to play. Yeah, anyway. Troy?
So I'm a 9 out of 10 hooker. I'll cop that.
That's what I meant. Yeah, you're a 9.
I've been called
you're
worse.
9 out of 10. Troy?
Not a 6 or a 7 or...
How the fuck did you get named at 6 in that? Have they ever seen you try and walk around? Have they ever seen you try and walk around, let alone try and?
It wasn't me anyway. It was Tony.
Sorry, we're going to throw a footy around, and I want to see how you pass a ball because my expectations are reasonably low. No offense.
Well, look, back in my junior days, I did start off playing 5'8".
Where'd you finish, mate? On the bench?
Hooker.
Let's switch, mate. I think it makes sense.
On Sunday, when I kick you out of A's competition, Troy, all right, I'll give you 3 chances to kick a 40-20, and I'll give you a prize if you can kick 1. All right?
Oh, look, I'll give it a
prize
crack.
and all expenses.
I probably won't do it, but
I'll
I'll give it a crack.
Yeah, no, that's happening on Saturday night. Yes, haven't. Blind date. I want to blind date you. Can we blind date you? Like, not you dating me?
No.
Yeah. He said, yeah.
I'm not rocking up. No one knows where I'm staying.
Right? Yeah, I'll know. Hayden, thoughts on the team?
Yeah, I like the balance of the locks that we've got at the moment in Saxon Pryke, and then when Pryke comes off, a bit of Harrison Edwards. So that's good to see for me. 13 and 14 there that will swap out at lock. I think Sean Russell will come out this week. I think Appa's been playing well. I thought Sean Russell was good last week as well, but I think he'll come out, and I think Bailey will come into the centres. I'm going to call it now. I think the club's going to give Bailey a shot towards next year as well, even though I think Appa will stay there. So Appa fullback, Bailey in the centres, and I think Sean Russell will miss out for this one. That's just how I think it's going to go.
Yep, fair. Jack? You've already gone through it because there's not enough Jacks. Yeah,
you should just ask every Jack. I might just message them all and go, hey, what do you think of the team list? I'm asking every Jack.
There's some content for you. I want you to come up with a team of the greatest Jacks currently playing or have played in the last 5 years.
Done. I'll get it done before I go to bed.
The greatest Jacks of all time. Why drop Desire? Keep the young guns and go. Nothing to lose now. Rolls does my head in. I think it was more a case of not dropping him, but giving him a taste and putting him back and saying you're probably going to be there next year. I think that's why they've come and they've given Ryder the opportunity. I didn't want to see what happened with Josiah the first time happen again and him get stuck on the bench the whole time with Ryder if Ryder was to, potentially debut this week. So I'm okay with Jez dropping back to give Ryder a crack. But next week, our last game of the year against the Dragons, I'd like to see them both in there. And please, for the fucking love of me, God, Jason Riles, drop someone that's not going to be there next year. I don't care who it is. Honestly, whoever it is, I don't care if we see Ryder Talangi play 5'8" because Volkman's made a decision he's not going to be there. But please just name people that are going to be there, because I'm not that excited for next year, but nothing would get me more excited than beating the team coming last, like we did last year by 60, with a good bunch of young players that we know are going to be there next year. Get me that little bit of excitement. So please do that. Let's get to our bowl predictions. Get your questions in while we are doing that, and we'll get them up and answer some of your fun questions at the end. They can be fun, they can be serious, they can be anything you want to know. They can be offers to date Jack. So score, first try score, and bowl prediction. Hayden, mate, I'll go to you first.
Shit, I wasn't ready.
How are you not ready? It only happens once a week, every week.
I didn't expect you to go first.
Fucking round 26 and he's not ready.
I think
you know who is ready? The doggies. Are you ready?
I think Cronulla.
Yes, we are ready.
I think Cronulla will score first. I'll go. Kyle Ero score first.
Kyle.
Earlier, I had us losing this game, but I'm sort of just members appreciation rounds, just like bringing something to me and.
Appreciation.
Okay, I'll tip
making
us.
you feel some things.
I'll tip us. I shouldn't, but I'll tip us because I hate doing this and then being wrong.
Please
I'll go 22 points to 16. First try scorer will be Kyle Ero. I think the Sharks will hit first, but I think in front of the fans will get the win. KL Ero.
KL. Yeah.
KL Ero, you're scoring first. Bold prediction. Fuck it. Let's go Ryder Taulagi to score on debut. I was going to pick a Parramatta player who hasn't scored their first Parramatta try to score, but I felt there's too many. So I'll go with Ryder Taulagi to score on debut.
I forgot to play this video, and I forgot to do something pretty big. But I meant to play this video before I asked for the bold prediction. So get your questions in. The best question of the night that makes us laugh or whatever, or the funniest question of the night, I'm going to put into the kicking comp on the weekend. And if you're already in the kicking comp, I'm going to give you an advantage that you can skip one kick. So please fire your questions away. We'll go to the video. I'll explain the kicking comp and then we'll get back to our bowl predictions.
Hey everyone, it's going to be a great week. This Sunday we are giving away our trip to Vegas. Ringrose Park, 11 a.m. Come down and watch. You may get a chance to kick. We have a massive announcement coming up soon. How you could get your way into it and how you could earn yourself some second chances all going to a good cause. I've just been kicking. As you can see, I'm pretty sweaty, out of a moon boot after 2 weeks. So I'll put some videos and you see how I went. See you all on Sunday.
I made the 10. Haven't put a lot of air in the balls because worried about.
I'm not going to show my goal kicking. We know I fucking nailed it. So, but I've had a lot of messages of people saying they want to see the outtakes of all the kicks I missed. So I'm going to leave it to Hayden. Hayden, would you like me to show all the ones I missed now?
Yes, please.
Okay. For you, I'll do that. Sorry, I set that whole thing up just so I can do that.
I thought you were going to play the goal kick from the sideline and the charity game when after you ran over Hayden. Was it?
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
No, I haven't
I
got
thought
the
you
one
were going to show
anymore.
that goal kick.
I've got some good videos like permanently saved on here that I want to keep for our last one of the year. Like last year when we called out all the players that hadn't scored a try and they all miraculously scored a try in the last one. So, but it was good. All right, get to your bold prediction now, Jack. Fire away.
Sorry, I was going through my team of jacks. I just need a fullback and a winger. I'm gonna go.
Jack Bostock, winger.
Yeah, why didn't I think about the guy that we were talking about earlier?
He's already in the centres of the wing. Clearly, you idiot.
I'm gonna let me think. I'm gonna go Parramatta the win, and because I'm flying down for my one Parramatta game a year, we're gonna. Last time I flew down for a Parramatta game, we won by 60. So let's say we win 42-4 because why not? First try scorer, I'm gonna go. Let's go Talon. I'm a big fan of Talon. A lot of money. And bold prediction is every person in our backline will score a try.
Okay, cool. So, did you put Jack Bird in? Jack Bird in.
Yes, Jack Bird's my starter. Do you guys want to hear the team so far?
Jack Jojeski.
No, I want to hear the whole thing. I want you to have it done by the time I finish the podcast as well.
All right, I'm nearly done. You gave me a 5-year window, right?
Yeah, your bold prediction. Yep.
Gary
They can
Jack,
be
fullback.
playing in the Super League as well.
Does that have to be first name Jack? Or just Jacks in general?
What?
Riley
Could it
Jack.
be
Like
I'll let you
Riley
have a
Jack.
Riley
Jack.
Jacks?
I'll let you have a Jackson.
Nah, Jackson's a stupid name. It has to be Jack.
Okay.
I'll be
all
back.
right. Okay, Troy.
Tipping Parramatta to win, obviously. The score, well, look, it's just going to be footy, tries. We've got to put 50 points on the Sharks so they can't win the comp. So 50 to 32. First try scorer, Junior Paulo, and a bold prediction. I think the bold prediction might be that Adam might tackle Andrew Backhouse on the field again.
Oh, I
This
forgot
year.
about that.
So I think that's going to be happening for the third year in a row. I think that's going to happen.
I forgot about that. I can't wait to fold him. That's going to be
There you
glorious.
go. There's the bold
Yeah.
prediction.
Yeah, cool. All right, well, I'm going to go. I reckon we'll actually win this one as well. I reckon we're due for one. Cronulla haven't really shown much, but they still will. They'll finish 5th overall because Newcastle get beat by the Warriors. So I'm going to go Parramatta win this game. I'm going to go 28-10, actually. I'm going to go comprehensive win. My first try scorer, I'm going to go Fox to be the first try scorer. I reckon he's going to get that. And my bold prediction is, who hasn't scored a try this year? Does anyone know? Has anyone not scored a try?
Saxon Trike, I don't believe has
Harrison
scored.
Edwards, probably, I'm guessing.
Edwards has scored. He scored one on the
T-Cum
I'm
post.
Brown.
sure I read somewhere that Saxon Trike hasn't scored.
Well, that's too boring, having the one prediction. I'm just going to go both our wingers and Saxon Pryke to score. There you go. Take that. We allow that. Yeah, Kit Kat's definitely would have scored one. T-Cum Brown hasn't. Yeah, all right. So both. I'm just going to whoever hasn't scored. Fuck, this could be anyone. And my bold prediction: whoever hasn't scored a try will score a try after they got us last year. So we'll go with that. Let's get to some of the questions. Keep them coming. Make them funny. What's everyone's preference between Herbie or Bostock? If recruitment was to grab a pair and splash some cash, only one.
Herbie.
Who would you rather? Yep. Troy.
Herbie.
Hayden.
I'm going to take Bostock. You can play wing or centre. I'm going to take Bostock.
What, you
I'd
don't
take
think Herbie could play wing?
I think he's more proven as a centre, whereas I think Bostock is more adaptable to positions, younger in his career. I'd take Jack Bostock.
Yeah, I see you shout. Why can't we have both? But no, I'd take Herbie. I think Herbie's a game breaker. Bostock's a great player, don't get me wrong, but Herbie can win your game on his own back. So this is a comment here from Andrew. Something I thought was interesting was yesterday they had a members training event. The turnout was poor, looked like to be 20 or less. Why do you think this was? Look, I saw that. I got that email because, as stated, I'm still a member. Monday at 11:45. Tell me you're out of touch with the common fan without telling me you're out of touch with the common fan. Poor time. People have work. Kids have schools. It's almost like they didn't really want fans there the way the year's gone. It's obviously me thinking out loud there. I don't mean anything by that, but it's a very poor turnout. And I guess 35,000 or 33,000 fans, whatever we've got, only have 20 people there. Really quite poor,
Look, to be honest, I had the day off, but I just didn't feel like going. I guess that's because of the years that we've had. To be honest, I just didn't feel like going. Usually I'd be going to all those things, but just didn't go.
Yeah, fair. That's a fair shout. I wasn't going to drive down on Monday from Newcastle, where I live, Maitland, to go. So hopefully the players come over to the members on the sideline and say, we appreciate you. Yep. Look, some are obviously good at it. Some aren't as great. But one thing I can guarantee you is the cameras will be out everywhere highlighting exactly what happens on the weekend. So that probably is a fair chance of happening. There's always a lot of screaming kids asking for jerseys as well. Jack, I think this question's for you from David Schumann. How much would you boys pay to let Dylan Brown stare deep into your eyes as he floods you your lap with diarrhea?
Well, if you asked me this question before he signed with Newcastle, it was a lot of money. Now that it's an ACL 1-year-old in a shit jersey, Dylan Brown, a little bit less. Still a little bit, but not as much. I'm going to go $20.
Fair. I'm not reading your question. You're retarded. But I've started if anyone wants to look at it. Hayden, I'll read that one to you off air. Anything else good? I didn't even get a members email. That seems to be a common thing. If you're not getting members emails, contact the club, and obviously let them know. You rather suck fart from the depths. Oh my god! Are you reading this straight out of Cards Against Humanity or something? This is just going nuts, eh?
Fascination with diarrhea by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think you're not all right, David, are you? You are not all right. All right. There's not really that many questions there. There wasn't really that many funny either, was there? Oh, hang on. You've been outdone by Ben Charlesworth here. He's come up with his team. So, Jack, have you got your team sorted?
No.
How many
One
positions-
position
how many
off.
players- Oh well, tell us the team. We'll help you out.
He's giving you a list here. What team do you need? What players? What?
I've got it.
Okay. Here we go. This is Jack's greatest current Jack team, or have they retired in the last 5 years?
Before I start, am I allowed to include myself?
Yeah, you're the coach, mate.
Okay, can I be captain coach?
No.
Okay, so I've got Jack
Who wants to be
Wellesby.
the greatest team of all time?
I've got Jack Wellesby at fullback.
Yep.
I've got my wingers as Jack Bostock and Jack Ahern. Jack Ahern never played NRL, but he played like millions of games for North. My centers are Jack Howarth and Jack Bird. I've got Jack Cole and Jack Whiten as my halves. My front row is Jack Hetherington and Jack Kajewski, with Jack Cogger as my dummy half, and they've got Jack Williams, Jack Murchie, and Jack DeBellin as my back row.
You got a bench?
Fuck no. I don't need a bench. I'm going to get these boys fit.
Jack Johns is popular there.
Jack Johns, Jack Littlejohn was back in the day.
Yeah, Jack
There's
Ahern.
other ones, but I just did a starting 13.
And the last one there, if anyone wants to read it, is Jack Mehoff. I can't. Hayden, can you read that last one for me? Jack Mehoff. What's his
Nah.
name?
He's related
I'll
to
leave
David
this one.
Hasselhoff.
Bro, I'm reading so many Jacks that the name isn't even looking right anymore.
Yeah, no, that's his Jack. Oh my god! All right, I think that's Jack shit. I think that's it. Troy, mate, did anyone make you laugh there in kicking comp?
No, not really. Not really.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, there wasn't any. No one really made me laugh.
Nah.
So
I think
I'll make
it's
a
probably
deal.
that time of year. I think. Everyone's
no, I'm gonna look after it. It's Members Appreciation Week. All right, I want to get this podcast finished in the next 2 minutes. So, if you're a member of the club, comment how long you've been a member for. Whoever is here and has been the longest serving member, I'll give advantage that they can skip one kick on Sunday or be in the kicking comp if they're not already in it. So,
Yeah, you're going to give so many deals. You're going to go to our...
You're gonna forget them all.
If you just rock up, I'll send you to Vegas.
I've got them. Yeah, I'll end up paying for 50 people to go to Vegas. I've got them all written down. So we've got the ultimate advantage, which is Lachlan Carmichael. He won that for that thing we did back at the Cowboys game. So he gets to skip 2 kicks. I think that's pretty much it. I just don't know who everyone's kicking for. I know that Hayden's kicking for Jonathan. Jonathan, aren't you? Yep. So he's fucked.
We'll try. We'll try.
Yep. Yeah. So, Troy, you're kicking for no one at the moment.
No, I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Jack, you're kicking for.
That's so bad. I can't remember her name.
That was
I met her
the
on
kicking for-
Friday.
Yeah, Layla, because you told me. You're kicking for
Yeah.
Layla on Sunday. And Longy's kicking for Peter Cotter, who's one of our regulars as well. So, Tim,
I'm just being
39
Layla's the
years.
only lucky one here.
Fuck off. You see me slotted? Mate, I was slot
Right,
master.
I want to see the 300 you missed before you started filming.
I didn't. Didn't have 300 kicks in me because my ankle was that swollen after it. Tim
all
Murphy,
I'm
mate,
hearing is
39 years. I'm obviously going to ask you for proof. We'll add you to the kicking comp because I believe you're not in it. I'm going to be generous. Michelle Nugent, 30 years, and Kayla, daughter, is 25 years. That's 55 combined. So I know you're part of the kicking comp. I'll let you skip one kick there on Sunday, or someone's kicking for you. They can skip one kick. There you go. Troy's been a member for 75 years.
Well, actually, I've been a member for 81 years.
Hang on. David here says that you can kick for him, Troy. David, are you sure you want to do that? Because I'm looking at your picture. I don't know you, but you seem like a pretty fit, young, capable man. I obviously can't see your lower half at all. But
Yeah,
even
I'm a toe punter.
even if you had no feet, I reckon you'd probably kick better than Troy. So
Probably.
are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure you want to lock Troy in? Because if
Troy's
you do,
already bought sand. He's not even going to use the kicking tee.
well, they're sponsored kicking tees, and everyone has to be on the same advantage, so he has to use them. Matt,
I'll
Chicken
give it a
legs.
crack.
chicken legs, at least there. All right, well, you can lock him in if you want to, but my advice, if you lock him in, is that if you do lock him in,
Bring plenty of money.
yeah, bring lots of tens and twenties because you're going to need it to fly back in. Because he might somehow nail the one on the 10 after his fifth one, and then, yeah. All right, let's get out of here. That's all we've got time for. We will see you next Tuesday, which is the second last podcast year. And then obviously our last podcast, which is always a lot of fun. Cannot wait. So, that's it. See you next